Ever feel like there's a locked door standing between you and that next big career move? Well, for a lot of professions, the key isn't some big secret. It's a professional certification. Today, we're going to crack the code on how these things work, and we'll do it by looking at a really specific example.
All right, let's dive into our case study, the Taking Control of Goods exam. We're going to use this as our blueprint, to really understand how these professional gateways are put together, what they're testing for, and how they can seriously boost your career.
It really all kicks off with a question just like this one. To get into a specialized field like legal enforcement, you can't just show up. You have to prove you've got the knowledge to handle some pretty complex and, let's be honest, often sensitive situations.
So, what is this exam exactly? Well, it's the official stamp of approval for enforcement agents in the UK. Think of it less like a school test and more like a formal validation. It's proof that you have truly mastered the laws and the ethical standards you need for the job. And for employers, that certification tells them you're competent and you're not a risk, and that is super powerful. Okay, so let's peek behind the curtain. What exactly is on this exam? We're about to break down all the key topics and the format you'd be looking at if you decided to go for it.
And wow, the scope of this thing is huge. It covers everything from the big picture legal stuff down to the nitty-gritty of seizing and selling goods. And all the while, you've got to balance the rights of creditors with protections for debtors. So this isn't just about memorizing facts. It's a deep dive into your professional judgment. And here are the nuts and bolts. It's a 60-question multiple-choice exam, and you've only got an hour to do it. You need to nail a score over 75% to pass. But here's the best part. It's available online, on demand. That makes it so much more accessible for professionals who are already busy. Now, just to give you some perspective, a pretty close equivalent in the US would be the Customs Broker License Exam, or CBLE. The UK exam is all about debt collection law, right? Well, the CBLE is focused on import/export rules. It's a perfect example of how these certifications are laser-focused on very specific legal and professional worlds. So this all leads to the most important question of all. Why go through all this trouble? You pass the exam, you get the piece of paper, but what's the actual real-world payoff? What's in it for you? Well, I think this number says it all. For experienced, certified enforcement agents, the salary can get up to £65,000 a year. That certification is a direct line to some serious earning potential. It's you telling the market, hey, I have a valuable skill set, and it's been verified. And it's not just about one job or a bigger paycheck. This one certification can unlock a whole bunch of different career paths. You could become a high court enforcement officer, or even go start your own business as a self-employed agent. It adds some serious weight to your resume, opening doors that would have been shut otherwise. Okay, so we know the what, and we definitely know the why. So now let's talk about the how. How do you prepare effectively to make sure you pass this thing? So how do you get ready for a test this comprehensive? Well, this is where modern tools come in to make life way easier. For this exam, the go-to solution is the certificationexam.com simulator and its mobile app. They're designed specifically for this kind of challenge. And the process is just simple and really powerful. You use a learning mode to really get the concepts down, then you can switch over to a timed exam mode to feel what the real thing is like. You get instant feedback so you know exactly what your weak spots are and where to focus. And you can do it anywhere. There's a quote from the source material that really just nails the biggest benefit here. It's not just about memorizing stuff. It's about learning that adapts to you. That immediate feedback loop is what makes your study time so ridiculously efficient. So at the end of the day, if you're looking to get certified, the big takeaway here is that modern tools are built to help you succeed. It's all about taking control of your prep and studying smarter, not just harder. And that brings us through the whole journey, doesn't it? From figuring out why you need a certification to preparing for it, and then finally getting those professional rewards. It's a really clear, powerful path that directly connects what you learn to what you earn. So we'll leave you with this question. We've looked at one specific key today, but there are thousands of them out there. The real question is, what's the right one for you? What professional certification is going to be the key that unlocks the next chapter of your career?